On today's episode of Watch Jericho, hey, why don't you work on a workbench? It's so dangerous to work on floors.
Cut!
What is going on, guys? I am Watch Jericho, and today, like I said, I'm chilling here on the floor, taking this power steering pump off of its factory bracket. Why? Because I like working on the floor. It's very comfortable and very nice. But anyway, this is not a process you want to be doing in general because you need a power steering pump pulley puller. But I think we're going to be able to do this whole thing without it as long as I just take quite a bit of time and take out these bolts the slowest possible way with a wrench. So give me like 5 minutes here and I'll have this thing apart. And as you would expect, it didn't work. I got one of the bolts out and two of them almost out until they ran into the pulley, and now we are completely stuck. So I ran and grabbed the pulley puller installer kit from O'Reilly's, and now I'm gonna go ahead and toss it on here and pull this thing off, and we should get it all the way off. I really detest anything that ever needs specialty tools. Like, this is one of the worst designs ever. All the aftermarket pulleys, as you guys know, are just spoked, and I think even just the later pulleys are spoked. And it's so much better. It's better for DIY, it's better for the dealership. You don't need nonsense like this. I just don't get how GM didn't do this from the beginning. All right, let's set this thing up and pull the pulley off. Just like that, it's all done. One more bolt. I almost had it. If GM would have given us 1 centimeter, all these bolts would have cleared and you wouldn't need any kind of tools, any kind of nonsense at all. Time to go clean up this pump and we can set it up in our new ICT billet bracket. All right, we're building our ICT billet bracket for the alternator and the power steering pump. Now that we've got the power steering pump apart and washed, I just got it out of the parts washer. It looks absolutely stunning. And now, this is how it bolts to the head, if I can do the geometry game from preschool. Okay, the square goes in the square.
That's a rectangle. Got me every time.
All right, that's how it goes. So then you take your sandwich here, and this, hopefully, is the key to the pump clearing the steering box here, and it does look like it does. Just right out of the gate, I'm pretty sure it does.
Not bad for being at ICT billet at 1 in the morning and guessing on the bracket.
That's right. That is correct. All right, now this giant spacer goes down here at the bottom. And once we have all of our spacers set up, we can install our pump.
What are you doing? I said I'll be there in a minute. I was at Atwood's with those light blue and white striped coveralls, and I was going to buy them because I feel like that's where I'm at in my life.
Oh, not the American flags. You're going to Oshkosh, old school.
Yeah, Oshkosh, yeah. Because I feel like the dark ones are too dressy.
This
you don't want to overdress with your overalls.
He's definitely.
It doesn't fit. It hits the steering box.
Oh.
Yeah, the pulley just hit it.
We didn't need power steering.
What if I just clearance that bolt?
I think that.
Everyone is in agreement. That bolt's getting clearanced.
Take a few thready threads off?
No, I'm just going to take the grinder and bevel it. Because it's never coming out again, like, clearly.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that's a security bolt. That's the most secure bolt of all time. Eric's over there doing the modify!
And Jake and I are building the transmission mount, the driveshaft mount extension there. So that's ready to go. We're going to need, oh, it's big. It's like a 21. We need the big impact so we can sync that. I fabricated up some little mounts there that let us extend that. And they're, I don't know, almost 1/4 inch steel. So they are not going anywhere. Made out of I-beam, actually. I cut up some I-beam. And let's see, alternator is painted, and Eric modified that bolt on the steering box, so now the power steering pulley fits and we can put a belt on.
There we go.
It's not a bolt anymore, but then again, this will never need serviced in its life. My immediate thought was, if this ever needs fixed, just throw it in the trash, because steering boxes go bad. So that will be the service plan for that.
All right, our shaved off bolt vanished with a little touch of paint. Jake just hooked up the transmission harness here. So
It was real difficult.
yes, there's one more plug. And then here's our transmission vent line. We're trying to get the transmission wrapped up so the cab can go on right now. So first off, we gotta install our shifter. Luckily with the Holly, you can delete the prindle, and that has been done because it was ruined. It was absolutely ruined when we took it off. So now we're just ready to throw that on there, and I just put the factory shift bracket back as well. So hopefully that works with the stock cable. Obviously the stock trans is a 4L60, so it should work. I don't know which one's which. You're gonna have to use Google or the manual, whichever one you prefer. They're both the exact same connector.
Yeah, and the same colors.
They both plug into the output shaft speed. So
I mean, they're also both the same wiring colors, so I'm a little scared.
but
I'm gonna assume it's this one.
a lot of the transmissions have dual speed sensors, front and rear. So
we might not even use one.
yeah, I think that one actually just chills.
Yeah.
Just ties up.
Yep,
The one he used just makes sense when it comes to plugging it in.
it does. We're almost to the very end of transmission here.
Yay!
Okay, we're back with everyone but Hoovy in the shop, and Jake and I just finished putting together our center carrier there, so that's all bolted together on those custom new brackets. And we've got the vent tube on the transmission. Take a look at that. Jake hooked up our wiring harness there, so that's ready to go to the Terminator. And we hopefully are ready to install this pulley now that we have our shaved bolt. So as long as everything works out, we should be able to get a belt on that. Let's try it. Jake is doing it the Stance Boy way here. This is definitely the Stance paint job. Anyway, he's throwing some engine ceramic on our headers here. Eric just cleaned the surfaces, and obviously the body mounts are being painted as well. Here's the thing about the body mounts. They're $80-something each times 6. That's nearly more money than we have in the entire truck build for body mounts. That's this many dollars. Anyway, it's outrageous. So Energy Suspension sells the entire poly kit for $212 if I remember right. So I ordered it. As you would expect, I ordered it as soon as we got the truck because I was like, man, this thing probably needs bushings front to back. Well, no one in the USA has it, including Energy Suspension. And I ordered it on one of the old internet stores, and they canceled my order after, 6 months of waiting. I mean, that's about how long I've had this. It was the first thing I ordered. I knew we needed them, and they never showed up. So they are literally unobtainium. So what we had to do was paint the body mounts. And that's going down right now. And the headers are becoming brand new. They look brand new. I like it. I just got the transmission dipstick on. I think all of our wiring, basically the transmission's done. And we just got the...
We didn't paint it.
We didn't paint it. It's stock. The alternator was restored. It looks brand new. Our belt is too long. We went with 80 inches, 6-rib, 80-inch belt, and that was not the move. We need to take about probably 2 inches out, but we won't have our new tensioner until tomorrow. Yeah, so we mocked it up with the old tensioner. How far do you think we're off? Do that one more time.
It's probably half an inch maybe.
Oh, I'm gonna drop it at least 1 full inch, down to 79 inches. 79 might be the move. We did a quick string measurement, and that is how we came up with the belt. We ran to O'Reilly's and found out it doesn't fit. So we're getting there. And we're about ready to drop the cab on, but we gotta wait for those body mounts, and we're just kind of knocking out every other little project we can as we go. What's funny is these little projects that seem like nothing are actually like getting tons of this thing done really fast. I was like, yeah, we haven't done anything today. It's almost complete. Well, the detail dude's electric pressure washer quit working while we were using it, or while Eric was using it yesterday. It's no one's fault. It just, they said they went to turn it on and all of a sudden it didn't work anymore. So
I came over here to do a little troubleshooting. It's got a GFCI on the cord, and it says when you press reset, indicator, press test button, indicator should shut off, and it does not shut off. Ooh, listen to that. Did you hear that? You can hear the GFCI. Reset for use. Do not use if test fails. I'm gonna use whatever I want. Anyway, I don't believe in GFCIs. Don't do what I'm doing at home unless you're going to do what I'm doing at home.
I don't think OSHA approves of this.
No one approves of this, but I bet you it works. So anyway, we're just gonna make a quick little Widowmaker, and if it does work, I'll put a real cord end on it. We'll just get rid of that too.
Superfluous.
That tag was worthless, don't worry about that. Alright, there we go. So we got rid of that nonsense. And we'll just strip a couple of wires here. 14 gauge, this is not a bad cord. I mean, it's got some nice little insulation inside it. And we've got our Danger Maker here. The Danger Maker 10,000. Will the pressure washer work after this? Look, it's either gonna work or the breaker's gonna trip. Either one is a great outcome because it tells us what's going on with the pressure washer. All right. Should we put wire nuts on it, or should we just?
Electrical tape and send it for sure. Not even that.
I wasn't gonna do. I was just gonna leave the bear.
Bend them away.
I was gonna bend them away from each other. You know, that's the proper way to do this. Okay. Here we go. Whoop. Push the button. It's fixed. Look at that, $0. Okay, well that will no longer have a GFCI on it, which was unnecessary nonsense IMO. I'm gonna stick a real cord end on this, and detailers are back in business. I mean, I was like, I'll buy you a pressure washer if I broke it, but it was just a cheap GFCI. That's what happened. So, what is going on out there? We had some alarms going on outside. There's a cord end right here. I'm gonna steal it. That air compressor hasn't worked in ages, so it's about to lose its cord end.
You've lost electricity privileges. Yeah, no, I have one of these. Okay,
Dude.
so now I know what to do if mine mysteriously stops working.
If it does quit working, change the cord end out.
Yeah.
But maybe do some testing first and make sure the GFCI is bad.
Yeah.
And your testing should be minimal, and it just involves pushing the test button. Goodbye, air compressor. We've given up on you. I think the start caps died in that thing, and I just didn't want to deal with it. All of us at the same time were like, what if we just buy a new air compressor or bring one from home? And I know we have a 3-phase air compressor, but that's a lot of work. So we brought another air compressor over here.
This really takes me back to my earliest electronics projects of like making an extension cord.
Dude, when I was 5, my dad gave me like a 2x4 with a light bulb, a ceramic socket on it, you know, and a switch and an outlet. And I was like, here you go.
Yep.
This is your wiring project. Learn it.
I did all that. Yep.
That's how you learn it. You just hand the kid when they're like 5, 6 years old.
Here's 120 volts.
Because this one, like,
I'm fixing that.
yeah, buddy, it's already fixed. We have already fixed the pressure washer. Did you go get gas?
It was like $600.
It was $600 at least for 1 gallon.
7.5 gallons.
Did you fill up both? Oh, you did. What a champion.
Yeah.
What a champion of the world and friendship. AC 60 hertz. No, I was planning on running 50 hertz. I'm from the Europe. Like the plug has some kind of specified frequency it operates at.
Did you put new end on it?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Bad GFCI.
That's what we had a snap-on electric washer.
Oh, the Snap-on one's garbage too. The Snap-on one's like a super cheap Chinese pressure washer that they put their name on.
They're all garbage.
Junk.
So clearly you need to go get the vinyl cutter and just put
Snap-on on it.
that.
Absolutely. If this could be a Snap-on within seconds. Same quality.
I threw it away.
It's like how my Honda Insight is a Supreme.
You didn't You didn't put a new end on it?
I did, but it would just like fail. The motor finally locked up.
I feel like this one's gonna fail too eventually. Pressure washer go brr.
Banana bread?
Banana bread at work, bro? Well, it is a short video today because we spent most of our time outside scrubbing every inch of this stuff over and over and over, and it's still not perfect, but I think it's finally good enough. We've got our wheel well liners much cleaner. They're metal, so they're going to get painted. We need a fresh coat of gloss black. We need to paint the entire engine bay gloss black before we put this thing together. So obviously we have to do that. I just got the cruise module out of there, cleaned up a few more things under the hood. So we're finally making good progress there. And this, I mean, at least it looks like we made a ton of progress, even though I don't know if it was enough. Now we got our accessories on finally. As you recall, yesterday nothing would fit. Today everything fits after a little bit of modifying, and we've got our belt figured out. The alternator looks much better with the old how to paint an alternator right here. Go the other way. The paint is flying off of it.
That's what we need because you're running it.
Okay. Once we get that tensioner tomorrow, we should have the right size belt, and that should wrap up accessories. Obviously, we had to ditch, well, we didn't have to ditch heat, but we are for now. And the AC won't fit at all. There's probably a way to do it. We could go to like a smaller alternator, put it down there, change the bracket, put the AC up here. But for now, we're just gonna have to forget about that because none of it fits that well. So this looks a million times better, especially with the coils on there. I don't have the right wiring harness. I went and cleaned up the wiring harness, came over here to plug it into the coils, and the truck coils use a much smaller 4-pin connector than all the other LSs. So I've got the normal coils here, tons of them actually, and we could have picked any coil setup we wanted, and all of them have the same connector that all the cars use, the bigger 4-pin. So that didn't work out, but we're gonna get that figured out here shortly. We had to do a little fabrication here because the heat shield for the exhaust didn't fit anymore. So I had to cut some off of both ends, and now I think we're okay there. The only thing I need to remember is I haven't put the bolts in the transmission mount yet, mostly because I need to go get them. So that's on the to-do list. Other than that, I'd say we're about there. We took every one of these body mounts. They didn't need to be glossy, but we took them all over to the sink and I scrubbed them all to get all the dirt off them. Like I said, it was crazy expensive to try to get like the Dorman ones, factory ones, outrageously expensive. It doesn't even make sense. And of course we can't get the energy ones, so we fixed these. So these are going back on the truck. And honestly, they didn't look bad. They weren't really cracked or anything like that. So I think we'll be absolutely fine running these body mounts. So a ton of progress. We really needed to get all of this washing and cleaning done before we moved on to getting the cab on. So tomorrow, again, another day of painting, trying to make this thing come back to life. It's mostly just black paint. And we also have the wrap. We got the wrap design back a few minutes ago and it looks unbelievable. Hold on, let me double check. Oh man, I don't know which design we're going with. We've got two options. They're both unbelievable. We're gonna decide. I can't show you. Can't show you until it's printed and we're ready to wrap the truck. There's your update. Tons and tons and tons of work, and I don't think the truck looks like we did much at all. But the reality is we are ready to put everything together after the paint goes on this stuff. I think we might be ahead of schedule. I shouldn't say that though. I can't say that out loud. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjrgo.com for cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. Dude, look at this wrap design. Here's the other one. So there's the one. Yeah, doesn't that look incredible? We're just not gonna show the internet. I like that one more because it's all color, and I like the one with the white accents too, so I don't know which one to do.